And I'm from Champaign-Urbana, Illinois, so it's a university town. And so from there, I went to Illinois State, wanting to become a teacher. It was just something, I guess, in me that I looked at others and saw that that's something I would like to do.
What does
And would
special
enjoy it.
education mean? That curriculum, I'm a layman. I don't know anything about the
Okay.
educational area. What does that mean? What's involved in that?
It's a large gamut of special. We're all special ed because we're not perfect in any certain area. But special education is making adaptations for your student or your child to pick up where the general population is. So it's like here you have, let's say, a student who maybe doesn't know how to read or spell at that grade level. So what special education does is help a teacher to use different types of adaptations, different types of knowledge, and things that you can use to bring that child up to the grade level.
Would a child with attention deficit qualify for the special education curriculum?
Not in the day when I was teaching. I heard that now that may be a possibility because of the medication that they could, usually ADD, that's attention deficit with hyperactivity, and then you just have ADD. The ones with hyperactivity is a difficult. It's difficult for them to concentrate,
Exactly.
for them to focus.
Exactly.
So usually those type of students or people or adults take medication to slow their system down. What it is a chemistry imbalance, or it's not so much that they're dumb or illiterate or anything. It's just that they have a chemical imbalance in their system, their physical system. So if you slow that balance down where it can pick up, concentrate, then this student can be the best that they can be with the faculties that they have.
Exactly. Now, you've gone through your curriculum. You enjoy it. You feel that you've found yourself in it. You're about to graduate. After you graduated with an undergrad degree in whatever specialty it was or whatever designation it was for that special ed curriculum, what was your strategy in terms of your career?
Oh, I was just going to teach here and there and go all over the country. I accepted a position here in Battle Creek, Michigan, back in 1978. Like I said, Illinois State was one of those notice schools for special education. So the director of special education in Battle Creek Public Schools came to Illinois State and Northern Illinois University to have their best teachers come and teach in their school system.
Wow.
So I applied at the placement services at Illinois State University to have an interview with Battle Creek Public Schools. So they came down, and I accepted the invitation to come up here for an interview and was hired at that time in August of, I started in August of 1978. I was hired in May or June, rather, that's when I sent back my contract. And so I started here teaching, and I thought, oh, okay, I'll teach here for about 5 years, and then I'll go, I don't know why I wanted to go out east, but I wanted to go out east and teach there. Not really California, but out west. But special education was such an uprise then, and they were begging and asking for teachers.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, after I had sent my contract here, I had got a call from Rantoul Air Force Base, which is not too far from Champaign, Urbana, Illinois, to come and teach, because actually I have 4 degrees in special ed and 1 in regular ed.
Really?
My degree, yeah, I could teach. Back then we called it Eligible Mentally Handicapped, EMH. Then I could do TMH, which is Trainable Mentally Handicapped, and those are the 2 concentrations I did my student teaching in. Or I could do LD, which is Learning Disabled, and in Illinois, different states have different
Exactly.
wordings of how they use it. So mine was EMH, TMH, LDBD /maladjusted.
Wow.
EMH, TMH, LD, BD, and regular ed to 8th grade. So I have 5 certifications in one.
Wow.
I have 5 certifications, but my 2 top concentrations, because I did my student teaching in educable mentally handicapped and trainable mentally handicapped.
Indeed. So now you find yourself in Battle
In
Creek
Battle Creek.
teaching special ed. You're in your groove. That's your specialty. How long after you accepted a position as a Battle Creek special ed teacher was it before you got married?
Okay, I got married in 83, so I was 19, and I dated my husband at the time for about 4 years, and then 4 years later we had Megan. So 1978 I started teaching. 1983 I got married, and I was 27 years old, and about 5 years later I had Megan. I was 32 years old.
Okay. And that's
born in
not
1987.
old. However, let's talk for a moment and
Well, somewhat back
Really?
then. It
Really?
was, yeah. It's considered, because after 30-ish, they start looking. Now it's not, because
Now it's not.
we're saying even 50-year-olds
Exactly.
can have children and still be okay, but there's a higher risk of some abnormalities in the
Indeed.
child, probably,
Indeed.
at least with Down syndrome.
At least with Down syndrome. Let's go back a little bit and shift gears. You're married, and you had indicated that it was 4 years after your marriage that you became pregnant. Is that correct?
Yes.
Now, let's talk about and shift to a serious gear right here about your prenatal care and about were there any red flags going off during that process and those cycles when you were receiving prenatal care, which in any way indicated, number one, that it was a problem, and number two, that you were predisposed to Down syndrome children?
Not whatsoever. Not at all.